what is the balance between, a planned content and the live content, in your opinion? Even when it comes to, let's say, a brand content about about probably a company that you're working for. So where's the balance between a live content and a planned content? What, in your opinion?
That's a great question, and I would say that now I have even the better example because I'm now facing the new industry.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, in tourism and hospitality, it's marketing as itself. If I'm sure you could agree. Everybody loves to travel. Everybody loves to stay in the hotels, eat good food, etc., etc., etc. But when you're working in a tight niche industry, as I do now, because SES Soft is dealing with enabling smart utilities, and we are mostly working with the government sector in this market. But now I'm facing this opportunity to present SES Soft not as a software solution provider, but also show what kind of working environment it is. This is the thing, for instance, on Sunday we will be having Father's Day. Mm-hmm. So I suggested to my team, come on guys, let's gather the photos with our fathers. Let's show appreciation towards them, and just show everyone what kind of working environment we are. And this is just one example. So once you have this marketing calendar, it's easy to follow the structure. Or even in May, there was 4th of May, Star Wars Day, which is a huge day for all IT geeks.
Right.
I never watched Star Wars, but I know how many people love it. So I'm always thinking when posting on social media or creating a certain social media calendar or a marketing plan, there always have to be hard stories and soft stories. What I call hard stories is pure text stories in this case.
Yeah.
White papers, case studies, etc. That would be written by our chief technology officers. Yeah. It would be pure tech, and here I would gather the audience that would be interested in that part. But building a brand out of the company, this is where the soft story comes from. Yeah. Once people start seeing, because I'm sure even for the biggest titles in the industry, there are certain that adore Star Wars. So once they see this kind of post on LinkedIn, little baby Yoda or something relevant to that day, it shows a different perspective of the company. It shows a different approach and the way companies are doing their presence.
What was the post about the Star Wars?
It was made... as the quote says, may the 4th be with you.
Okay.
So I came to idea that we should post something, may SES Soft be with you.
Lovely.
And it was already 9 p.m. in the evening, and I thought, oh my God, I'm too late to post this now.
Yeah.
But then I thought, no, let me still post it. So I took the Baby Yoda picture, which is apparently now more popular than the old Yoda. Mm-hmm. And I said that we celebrated Star Wars Day, but we were too occupied with having Yoda in our office and showing him our SES Soft solutions.
That's lovely.
So yeah, it was kind of cute, a little bit different, and definitely something unexpected.
Yeah. So do you think I just think it's definitely your kind of B2C experience helps you to be a little bit lighter here in what you're posting, because I find B2B content in a lot of cases is quite strict towards brand standards, and people are always cautious about what to post and not. And in this kind of like when you always think about restrictions, it's very difficult to be creative or to start thinking differently or to connect things, for example, like Star Wars with your product, let's say. But I think it's amazing.
Thank you. I'm sure that was one of the reasons they hired me. Because for them, it was the easiest thing to do, bring someone from the industry as someone from Siemens or Schneider that was here in the field for a long time. But they wanted a new perspective. They wanted a fresh perspective. And of course, now we are building this communication between us because I'm into completely new environment with tech guys, but they're also learning a lot of things from the marketing perspective because, of course, they are focused on their software solutions. They're dealing with stuff that they're still like, oh my God,
I know what you're
this?
saying. Yeah,
it's really unknown, but in the same time, I think it's unbelievable, amazing, and at the end of the day, we are contributing to the community and not just in this market, worldwide.
So I want to ask you two things with regards to that. So how do you approach content creation within your current role? Do you involve your subject matter experts? What is the percentage of your sort of heavy content, let's say hard content, white papers, case studies, etc.? What is the percentage of some kind of content that you're creating lively with subject matter experts, etc., like videos, etc.? So do you do that, and do you bring it in always as your past experience? How do you bring that past experience into your heavy industry and how it is taken by your current environment?
This is something I even say now these days to media and my public relations and PR agencies I'm meeting with. It was really easy while I was working in a hotel. They would come. We would go for a lunch in the hotel in one of the outlets. It was super easy. And public relations is all about building relationship with media. You always need to be like this with them because it's one point you will want to push the story and there will be deadlines and there will be a gap between your PR agency and the media from the third side. So it's all about building relationship with them. So this is the main struggle I'm having now because you cannot spoil them with staycations. There are no influencers here that will talk about your solutions. Here, what matters is really the solution. But at the same time, what I just told you related to building a brand awareness about the company, you need to follow today's procedure. Let me put it this way. You need to have marketing. You need to have the team that will provide the content because we are living in a digital era.
Yeah.
And if you are not present out there, you do not exist. No matter the industry you are dealing with, you need to be present everywhere. Even if you think that it's completely irrelevant to share something with the Facebook audience or YouTube, Instagram, no, you need to be present everywhere because we move every day towards something bigger. Because I'm sure new things are on the way. Even podcasts, for instance. Who talked about podcasts maybe a year ago?
Well, especially here in Dubai. I mean, I saw a few, but it definitely has never been scaled up as much. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
So maybe today is a podcast. God knows what will happen tomorrow. Because even technology itself is moving so fast that I even discussed with my CEO when we talk about realizing the marketing plan. He told me to make suggestions based on 2 years. And I said, no, let's do it for 1 year, because you don't know what will happen in next 2 years.
What's new is going to come.
Exactly. Yeah. Which tools, which media, what kind of a place for advertising. I'm sure only in 1 year things will change. Who knew about the TikTok before 1 year?
Yeah.
And now where are they?
Do you utilize TikTok or like Snapchat probably in your marketing strategy, or is it something that is in your thinking?
For this company, I'm mostly related to, my plan is mostly focused on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Yeah. Because Twitter is one of the most popular social media in US, which is also one of our target markets. So
also here, a lot of government organizations, I think, are using Twitter.
Twitter, yes.
Yeah, massively here.
I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of Twitter.
It's just different. Yeah, you have to adjust to Twitter versus LinkedIn, for example. Yeah.
I'm the biggest fan of Instagram. Of course, LinkedIn as well. But Snap is very popular here in Middle East. Mm-hmm. But for this company, I would first go with LinkedIn and follow with other channels.
Surely. So what is the percentage? Let's talk about, I know this is something that, you tell it within the, the information that allows you. So, but you as a head of marketing, for example, when you look at your quarterly or annual budget, so how do you split it percentage-wise? How much would you give, not in terms of money, percentage-wise, to content creation, to events, let's say, to experimentation, if there is anything for experimentation, and PR, for example? How do you normally, split those spendings to make sure that you're driving whatever goals are now the priority?
Since I already told you, this is a very tight niche type of a company, industry. For us, events are a huge deal, because right on the spot where we can attract straight away our customers are definitely events. What I definitely don't support is webinars, even though we watch them almost on a daily basis, because this is very important for our industry. We need to be present everywhere, and we educate ourselves through webinars. But I'm not a fan of doing webinars. I would more be present on live events.
Right.
And I still hope that industry will come back on track after the COVID and everything, because there is nothing more important as a human touch. I still believe in the real life presence more than anything, about actually meeting people in person, feeling their energy, the way they communicate in real life, not just in the virtuality. So when we talk about creating content, definitely over 70% of my budget would go for creating content, because today it's one of the most important things to build anything.
And how do you sort of, in terms of the content formats, you can now go with video, you can go with audio, right? You can go with white papers and case studies, and we all know that everything has got its price. So what would you split it equally, or how would you focus in terms of formats of the creation content?
If you're asking me only related to this industry, I would definitely go with case studies and white papers, because we have the certain customers which would be interested only in particular solutions we are providing. So definitely white papers. I would also use a budget to create, I would not say normal blogs, but topics related to our industry, but not hard technology form or pure technology content. Maybe something related to the Earth Day or enabling energies, smart grids, just a regular topic, but much more important, that would be related to search engine optimization, which is quite important for generating leads and for gaining more traffic on the website. So definitely over 70% of the budget I would use for content creation and digital presence for sure.
How do you think the event industry should transform, in your opinion? Because, I mean, everything is transforming. So events have to transform as well. We can't keep on doing the same events as we did 5 years ago, for example. So what do you think is new? Have you noticed any kind of new trend, or what would you like to bring yourself into this particular area of events? I'm very much interested.
I would say more engagement on spot, giving the opportunity for more creativity on stands. And I will give you an example. I went to JISEG here.
Yeah.
It was my first tech event. I would not say that I was that I expected more or something. But what I've noticed is the example of Microsoft stand there.
Right.
And they had this little engagement with people where they had this great photo booth, and you ended up they took your picture and you ended up on the cover of the magazine of security, cyber, something. Okay. And it was really cool. Yeah. And of course, they had a coffee stand. Everybody loves coffee.
They had a DJ as well.
And they had DJ.
DJ was pretty cool.
Very cool DJ, very hot young lady. So their stand was the best, if you ask me, in the terms of pure marketing.
Yeah.
This is what I would definitely do. Coffee, because everybody loves coffee. And when you are treating people coming to your stand, either for caffeine or chocolates or anything, people will get there. Music, of course, everybody loves music. And when you hear a good beat, when you hear the sound of something going on, it will also attract people to your stand. And the way how to keep them on your stand is definitely something to get them engaged with. But there is one thing they missed. For instance, in Croatia, we had the same photo booth company called Fotkaona. But when you were using the same photo booth with the background, you had the option to send, you got the print version, but you also had the option to send it to your email. So you can easily share it on the social media. But they missed that part, and I was actually very surprised. They didn't have the option for sending it on your email.
This is, so it could be actually, so right away, so you're actually creating content. What I like about, times that we're living in, so you can find the ways to create a content, and you're doing it in parallel, like we're doing it in a podcast. So I met you for the first time. We obviously chatted over Zoom, but we are now recording an episode talking about marketing, right? And so we are creating content and building a relationship. And I'm building actually a great network with a co-worker, which I will be connected, and probably next time we'll go for coffee. And at some point, maybe you'll start a podcast, right?
Who knows?
It's so this is what I like about times that we're living. So there are formats where you can do things in parallel. Like, and here, for example, you can create your kind of page as your celebrity page, and right away share it on social media. You do a good job for Microsoft as well, yes,
exactly.
Advertising their brand, and you can kind of get your own exposure. So this is also like kind of digital collaboration that helps combine different audiences together.
Yeah, you see, this is definitely a win-win situation for every one of us. The content these days, I mean, not these days, it's quite a long. It used to be the story about brands were presenting themselves, we are the best, we are this, we are that. What social media changed in the perspective of the audience and the customers is actually getting them to say, these guys are the best. So this is what changed, and it will keep on changing. Because even now, what is happening on social media, too much of copy-pasting, definitely. And I think people are getting tired of seeing the same stories, outfits. It's constantly the same content you
People
see.
are just playing it safe. In my opinion, it is purely a lot of brands are playing it safe. So experimentation. Are you allocating anything to experiment?
Well, maybe in the future, but what I can tell you is definitely that I'm experimenting every day.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it with my own content on my own LinkedIn platform. And this is how I see what attracts the most. And to be honest, I'm very happy that I have the community that responds to certain contents in a way I would never expect.
Yeah.
For instance, there is one post I've done also because I have to tell you one more important thing related to my posts. I'm not creating them to get engagement. I'm never doing my posts in order to gain likes, shares, etc. I'm truly promoting either professionals, services, good causes right from my heart. And this is what makes difference maybe between me or somebody else. And I'm happy that the post related to the guy that was filling my tank on the gas station, it keeps on rolling, and now it went over with 300,000 views and
really?
over 6,000 likes, and I don't know how many shares and comments. But I was so happy to see that, for instance, I'm doing a lot of pictures of my own. Yes, I'm using myself to catch certain attention, but I was more happy to see that the good cause and spreading the good word related to these hard workers gain the best engagement ever. So I'm very happy with that. When you asked me about playing safe, I was afraid that I would be misunderstood. I was afraid that people on LinkedIn would think, oh, look at her, she's trying to win likes and shares. It was really not my intention. My intention was really to spread a good word of just be thankful every day and just show appreciation towards anyone, despite their title, their job, their everything. So I would say this is the experiment that I'm doing, and eventually it will end up with something that is still kind of a secret, but I will tell you now about my secret. I will soon launch my new I don't know how to even call it.
Project
called Adorata Emirata. And it's actually a B2B platform going through my LinkedIn channels where I want to connect professionals like you. First, the idea was to connect people from hospitality, because I miss working in hospitality and I miss hotels. So I thought about how to find a way to still flirt with these guys, but to concentrate on technology industry and just combine everything. And then I thought about why to concentrate only on one industry. Now you have the ability to show appreciation and get involved with everybody. So Adoratna Emirata is the story about love for the Middle East, for UAE, these 7 wonderful emirates, and connecting individuals, professionals on all levels, and sharing their stories and their expertise through my channel.
Wow. It sounds like a very exciting project, and I'll be happy to connect over your platform, definitely. So looking forward to seeing that. So, and just to wrap up our conversation, I want to ask you something. Can you give our audience, our combined audience, 3 tips on how to be brave as a marketer, as a professional? 3 things that will make you step into the next level, like being brave in whatever you're doing.
I know it's hard. I know most of the people are afraid, and the biggest fear everyone faces these days is the fear of what other people will think. Once you get rid of that fear, the stage is yours. And I will use words from the owner of one very, very popular advertising agency in Croatia, Tonči Klarić. I read one of his interviews when he said, and by the way, they owned thousands of prizes and everything for their creativity. And he told, if you're about to get the lawsuit for what you're about to do, then you're on a good way. And I thought a lot about it, and this is what I think when I even present myself as thinking out of the box. Let the phrase of not thinking out of the box, don't use it just as a phrase. Literally put it out there. Literally give that thought out of the box. Don't play it safe, because you will always stay in this comfort zone. And I'm maybe the one of the best examples what happens when you step out of your comfort zones. It leads you to unknown destinations, unknown possibilities. Absolutely, yeah. And trust me, on that certain day when this whole thing started, I didn't have a clue that today I will be sitting with you, Larissa, and discussing what future is going to bring, and just sharing my thoughts and possibilities, and discussing all these wonderful things. And I'm sure you have a market full of more creative people, more professionals that they're about to share their amazing ideas, but maybe they don't know how to do it. So I think this is a perfect way to help those people to spread the word.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yes. So, and I'm so thankful to you for being very open and, telling your stories, giving your marketing vision as well. I think you're a brilliant example of how to be brave, how to give it a try, and also how to put work into it. Because, you had to wake up at night to handle all those calls at the beginning, yes. Right? And you're also a perfect example how you can transform your dream into something else.
True.
Just when you have your dream, you're just transforming it into something new. And I think this is very brave.
Thank you.
And I enjoyed talking to you. I think, we could talk for 3 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been an amazing conversation, a lot of valuable tips. I'm definitely going to try a few of them for sure. And I hope we'll speak again.
Sure.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you very much for staying till the end. I hope you had a lot of value out of this conversation. Try all Dora's tips, and I'm sure you'll get viral tomorrow. Thanks again, and watch B2B Marketing Now podcast next time.